I hope so too. So I had my tea, and it's now I'm a bit relaxed, more relaxed. So I had a telephone call between our break. I called a dealer who is selling a Mercedes SL, yeah, and it's a car that is re-imported, so it belonged to a man in Japan, and it has been re-imported to Germany, and yeah, it's possibly a car for me for the summer, yeah, for the summertime.
Mhm.
I will see what happens. I will see it on Friday, this car.
But I
Okay.
remember you already get one.
Yeah, I will see what will happen. So it's interesting to have a look at the import cars, because they can be different, yeah, normally. So it's interesting. The people in Japan, they are a bit arrogant, yeah. So
Mhm.
the rich people. So and normally you don't drive on the right side of the road. You drive on the left side on the road, and that means that the steering wheel is normally on the right side there. Yeah, here in Germany
Mhm.
it's on the left side, and the rich Japanese people, they buy German cars, exclusive cars, but um, with the steering wheel on the left. Normally, you would say that's not does not make sense, but it does, because when these people stop their car, they leave their car on the side on the other side of the road. Yeah, so they uh, how do you say that? Um, in German, you say Bürgersteig. They left their car. Um, they left their car on the sidewalk, yeah, and not on the road, yeah. And this is a difference, and this is why Japanese people prefer to import exclusive cars which have the steering wheel on the left. And so if you want to re-import it, that's better for somebody here in Germany, yeah, because you get a car, and you can drive on the correct, you're sitting on the correct side, yeah. The problem you have is that the whole entertainment system and navigation system, it's all in Japanese, yeah. So you don't understand anything, yeah. And
You can Swift it.
as far as I know, it's coming from Panasonic, yeah. They
Ah,
produce
okay.
the equipment, electronic equipment, for Mercedes in Japan, yeah. So and here I don't know, it's Harman Kardon or whatever. It's another company, and you can't use this equipment in Japan, here uh, in Germany. Yeah, that yeah, that's that's the point. So and so this was a short discussion I had between our break. Yeah. Okay. So and a little bit more about Japanese people. Um,
Because we
okay.
understand their language.
Yeah.
Their words, not language. Sorry.
What I didn't understand. What did you say?
We understand some part of their words.
You don't understand a word?
No, we understand some part of Japanese words
Ah, okay, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
because they use Chinese.
What?
They,
What
they
did you
use
say?
Chinese, you know.
Yeah. I think the Japanese people. I take the other one. I would say the Chinese people they are more sympathetic than the Japanese people. They don't have this arrogance. Yeah, the Japanese they have a little bit arrogance. You know? Could be that it depends on the culture about their samurai thinking or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so. But that's stereotypic, yeah. So not all people. I have a good Japanese friend, and he's very friendly. Yeah? So that doesn't matter. Okay. So let's continue then. So this is the part of the long tail theory. Yeah. So I think it's interesting to know what because it's explaining. It tries to explain the difference between classic or traditional distribution and a virtual distributor, and the advantage you have. Yeah, so we know that it's an advantage because you don't have any distribution costs. Yeah, you can organize this server where you are. Yeah, you can do that in China, you can do that in Germany, you can do that in another country, and then you are able to handle your server from another point. Yeah, and so theoretically you have access to all people who have access to the internet. Yeah? And these are all potential customers. Yeah? And so if you sell locally, you don't have a possibility like that. Yeah? This is the difference we have. Yeah. Okay, so let's come to a new part. Let's talk about electronic markets and auctions. So the interesting part to know is that how can I explain that? Auctions are special processes, and it's interesting if you uh, if you try to show if you try to make this process virtually, then you can see that that is similar. Yeah. So you get the possibility to um, program this auction process like it is in reality. Yeah, there can be a few differences, but it's not that big. Yeah, and this is why we will have a look at the electronic markets and auctions. Yeah. I don't know. Do you all know eBay? Have you ever been on eBay? And so did you get an impression how that works? eBay.com? No, I think it's not. Oh, Shenzhou, you had it. Okay. Shensu, did you buy anything from eBay, or do you second-hand selling? Yes, correct. Yeah, it's a second-hand selling. Not only second-hand, so the eBay has also now it has a feeling like a shop system. Yeah, you can use it as a shop system. You can buy new products there, but you can also buy re-owned products or used products there. Yeah, so this depends, and so it's different. Is have two possibilities. One is you can sell for a fixed price, and the other is they can make an auction. eBay was very successful in the first years, yeah, and this is one of the business models that lived longer than others. Yeah. So here eBay was able to make the change the technological change from Web 1.0 to Web 2.0. Yeah. So it was not that important for eBay to use interactivity, yeah, because eBay is a shop that is gets in asynchronously contact with the people. Yeah, so what you do if you are a seller, you put in your product into the auction. You have to make your explanations. You have to load up your pictures. You have to offer a price. You have to give possibility how it uh, how the logistic or the shipping, yeah, shipping is better, how the shipping will be done, and yeah, that's it. Yeah, and normally you can then make your auction. Yeah, you can say, okay, I start, for example, I start with €1 or $1 or whatever, and then this auction will then last 3 days, 7 days, or 10 days. Yeah, you can choose. Yeah, it's up to you about the supplier, how he wants to sell the product. Very fast, or it will take its time, and or longer time. So 10 days is, I think it's the longest possibility. So if you order, if you choose a fixed price, yeah, so it's no auction, you sell it only for that price, then you can show your product for 30 days. Yeah, so if the product will not be sold in 30 days, you can, as far as I know, you can repeat this offer two times. So again 30 days, and again 30 days. So in summary, you have 90 days to offer a product for a fixed price. Yeah, and this is the big difference between the auction, where you have only a limit of maximum 10 days. Yeah. So yeah, so let's start with more details. I hope it will work. Sometimes So, definition. So first, we first start with information. Yeah. So what is information? Yeah. So what we have here, we will get. So we will first speak a bit about technology, and then we will come back to eBay. Yeah. So what we have is the information, and information content means that there is a calculated and measured quantity of incidents or events, normally in the form of a text or data volume. Yeah, this is, I think it's a good definition to explain what an information is. And what we have or, and what we have to take into consideration is that there are two technological possibilities to make the transfer of this of these information from one person to the other. Yeah. So the older one is the analog information, and here it's quite clear. If you want to have contact to somebody, and in the analog way, you have to you need to have a direct connection between sender and the receiver. So if you have a look back, let's say 50 years, yeah, 60 years, and you wanted to phone another person, then you needed to contact a telephone service, and this telephone service was then making the connection. Yeah. So if you lived in one town, you had then the connection to the service, and then this this service made the connection to another service in another town, yeah, where the person you want to call was living. Yeah, so then you had to plug in some plugs, and so this was the task of this telephone service, and then it made the contact to a central service in another town. So, and there, this person there got the information, okay, there's somebody who wants to talk to Mr. Miller, for example, yeah, who is living in that and that road, and he has telephone connection. So, and then, okay, yes, I will make this connection, and then the administrator or this serviceman or woman will then make the connection to the telephone of the person you wanted to talk to. Yeah, and then after that it will then ringing in the house of this person. Yeah, so it took much time. Yeah, and then there has been a change. It was also analog, but a relay, that's a technical part, has been founded by somebody. I don't know who that was, but the relay has been founded, and this relay was able to make a connection automatically. Yeah, and so if you typed in the number, different relays had been had been chosen, yeah, and then you dialed the number, and this was then the number of the receiver of the call, yeah, and so you didn't then use a service person between, or service persons between uh, uh, the contact. Um, it has been then replaced by this relay technology. Yeah. So it was, yeah, it made much efforts to make that, and now we are in a situation where we have a digital transformation, yeah, and we use the internet. So you remember that we have spoken about that, that an information needs not to needs not to take the same way. Yeah, an information will be splitted into different parts, and then it will be sent to the receiver. Yeah, so in every part that will be sent to this receiver has information who's the address, which is the address, which is the sender, and how many parts are there incomplete. Yeah, so you send this information via internet, and the person then on the other side will then receive his information when all parts are complete, yeah, and are put together. And this is the way how the internet works today. Yeah. So we have digitally transformed information, and using a digitally transformed technology, a direct connection between sender and receiver will not be necessary. Yeah, it can take different ways. Yeah, but if one way will be interrupted, then the information will take another way. Yeah, and will come to the receiver. Yeah. So when you remember the attack on the Twin Towers in the U.S. in New York, yeah, there have been some. Has been a server structure in there, yeah. So the result was, okay, these servers didn't work anymore, but the internet connection was not interrupted. It was a bit slower, yeah, but the information took another way from sender to the receiver. Yeah. So it is sufficient when the matching data packages will find a way to the receiver via a network. Yeah. So every part of this message will find its way to the receiver. Yeah. So and if one part of this information will receive the receiver, it then can ask again for the rest of the information. Yeah, so like it's saying, okay, I'm not complete. Please tell the sender to send again part 1 to part 5 again, and then I will be complete. Yeah. And this is the way how email works, and this is how to share information today. Yeah. So company rules must base on the market principles which are recovering their value. This recoverability depends on the technology which can be used for the realization of technological principles. And oh yeah, so it's a police car passing here. Okay, it's gone. So in this can change business models and also the demand of the customers. So it's yeah. So the people see their advantage, yeah, and then they buy their products online, or they are part in an auction and they buy online, or you sell like that. Yeah. So this if your company didn't have access to the internet before, we then call and you want to change, this company wants to change to the internet, or also you wants to use the internet, we speak about digital transformation. Yeah, so this is the word to explain the transfer. Yeah, and this possibility then is a new distribution channel for a supplier of goods, yeah, for example. So electronic business is using digital information technologies to support business processes with the objective to generate an electronic added value. Information, communication, and transaction as central parts of the electronic business will be performed via digital networks. Okay, I think you know that, but it's you know we in a course in a university you have to speak about definitions and explanations like that. Yeah. So, and what we have, in when we speak about electronic markets, then we have different possibilities to work with it. Yeah, there are three central platforms in electronic business. The first one is e-procurement, the second is the e-shop, and the third is the marketplace, e-marketplace. So the e-procurement, you can say the users of e-procurement are mostly business customers. Yeah, so it's a B2B connection. So a supplier of possibly not finished products, yeah, is offering parts for producers, or if you have fashion stores, yeah, you can buy your products, your fashion from a wholesaler or from a producer directly. Yeah, so you all know Alibaba. Yeah, so Alibaba is also offering e-procurement. Yeah, so you don't you can buy sometimes one item, but normally it will become much more cheaper when you buy a few or more of these items. So you can make your order there. In former times, there were order fairs. You were able to went to these fairs, and you were making your order. I remember that there has been a fashion order fair in Düsseldorf. So you were able to go there, and if you had a store, or if you had a chain, where you were selling fashion, you went to this fair, and there you were able to find the newest products and the newest fashion for the next season. Normally you went there 3 months or 6 months before. It's a bit like this when you use e-procurement. When you order a fashion and you order it from Turkey or from Bangladesh or from China, then you have to take into consideration that these items or this fashion has to be produced first, and then it has a long way to Germany or to another country in Europe. And here we see it's a bit the same. You get access to a store. Normally, these shops are limited. You have to ask for a login and a password, and you have to be identified as a business customer, and then you will receive this login, and then you can make your order like this. And so if you want to register to Alibaba, you have to give your information, your business information, and then you are able to buy products from this company. So this is typical for e-procurement. We all know e-shops, selling of products and services. So this is Amazon is a typical example for that, or Zalando, it's a German company, so it's typical. Or some shops are specialized. So we have one. It's called Notebook Billiger.de. So notebook, it's selling computers. Or computeruniverse.com. It's also selling something like that. So Amazon is a shop that is selling all different kind of products, but there are many shops which sell only some brands, or sell electronics, on electronic parts, and so this is a typical e-shop. So, and this e-shop is normally available for retailers, and it's also available for business to consumer people. So you B2C. It's a B2C connection then. This is mostly the case. as far as I know, Amazon is now changing its strategy, or has changed its strategy. They also offer their shop to B2B connections. And then you get a different invoice. Yeah, you will then see the taxes, VAT, yeah, value-added tax, on your invoice. Yeah, and so it's making then more sense. Yeah. Then we have a marketplace, e-marketplace. It's a selling platform for retailers and wholesalers. Yeah. And also services. Yeah. Depends what you're offering. Yeah. Uh, Airbnb is offering services for people who look for an apartment or a house for temporary time, and other companies are also offering the products. You can also say that e-marketplace is also an explanation to explain what Alibaba is doing. It's also a marketplace, but in that case, it's a B2B connection, and AliExpress then is then a selling platform that is more convenient for end consumers. Yeah. Okay, we have only 1 minute to go, so let's make our next break. So we have 1:16. Yeah, so let's see us at 1:25. Yeah, so we have a bit more time to eat a little bit, and then we will see us here at 1:25, and then we'll continue with our course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you later.
See you.
See you.